Hello, everybody, and welcome to Music Industry Insights Worldwide. Today, we've got an amazing guest with us, King Dari. Hello, how are you?
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm great. Thank you so much. And thanks for coming along today, sharing your story, your views, and your expertise with the listeners. Do you want to tell them a little bit more about yourself, where you're from, and what you do?
Absolutely. So, my name is King Dari. I am an artist based in the US, Kansas City, Missouri.
Lovely.
I am a singer, songwriter. I compose. I also perform. I mix and master, engineer. I also DJ and playlist curate. And I also am a content creator and actor. So, very well rounded in the
Check
arts.
you out. Very well-rounded, shall we say? And you've got many, many hats. So tell us a little
Yes.
bit more. How did you get into the music industry and what brought you to it in the first place?
Absolutely. So, fun fact, my dad is a pastor. My mom is in ministry.
Yeah.
So, for me, music has always been planted within me as a young kid from my gospel roots.
Same.
Um, as I grew up, I started discovering more artists outside of that genre and outside of that world. And it really helped further invigorate my passion for the arts, but specifically music. I acted well before I decided to do music, but it wasn't until my senior year of high school that I really decided this is something I wanted to go into as a career. I graduated from high school in 2015
Yeah.
and I went to college at Missouri Western State University. There, I pursued a degree in music technology and industry. I graduated with my bachelor's degree during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Since the pandemic, I have spent the last 5 years networking, collaborating, and really learning the fundamentals of music to really help propel me to different places where normally it'd be difficult if I didn't have that education. And I'm just really grateful for everything that is happening and that's continuing to happen.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that with me and also with the listeners. Because, I came into music through faith. I was born to two deaf parents. My mum's African American, my dad's English and Spanish. They
Oh,
couldn't hear.
wow.
So my way of communicating was through music. And once I got a scholarship into a really good school, because I'm from the UK, that I
Mhm.
started singing and I met amazing people. I did classical music, but it brought me
Yeah,
closer to God. Did you find that that also happened with yourself?
absolutely. I always told myself that I wasn't a child prodigy by any means. And even in church, I wasn't the best technical singer.
Yeah.
So I wanted to learn the fundamentals in college and in high school because I played trombone for 11 years.
Cool.
And the way I became good at the trombone was through years of painstaking practice
Yeah.
and tutelage and years
Discipline.
of discipline.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to teach myself
Mhm.
how to truly learn the fundamentals of music theory so that way I could apply it to make myself get better over the years. I was classically trained for 5.5 years, and I did a capstone project
Yeah.
along doing music creation and music production. So I learned the fundamentals of music theory and oral skills, and it's
Mhm.
really helped because I learned about classical composers such as Franz Schubert,
Mhm.
composers such as Chopin or
Beethoven,
Liszt.
Mozart.
I love
Oh, wow.
those composers, learning about other, composers that I grew up with in the jazz world, Langston Hughes.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to learn a way to be well-rounded in music. So that way, when I decided to go fully into the music world, I could be prepared.
Awesome. Well done. I think that's really give you a good standing as well. Obviously, you've had very, very many varied careers. How have you found that, and what kind of skills and experiences has that given you along the way?
Yes. I have had a lot of careers, acting, music production. I do some uh, playlisting for weddings from time to time. And all of those are still tied into what I really want to do, which is be a full-time artist and singer and songwriter. Um, at one point, I wanted to go into meteorology when I was a kid. But I
Okay.
think that was when I still didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do. But all of those careers that I've gone into, including on the corporate America side, admin, customer service, everything, the
With
entire time, yeah, I did a lot of different things. You know, you wear many hats in your pursuit of being a full-time artist.
yes,
And um, that entire time, for me, the one thing that I always told myself is that within 10 years of me graduating high school, I'm going to be a full-time artist.
did you make
Um,
it? Did you do it?
as of tomorrow, I will have achieved that goal. I
Yay.
just had my 10-year, thank you. I
Yeah,
just had my 10-year anniversary last November from high school,
yeah,
and my 5-year anniversary was last December from college. And now I'm a full-time artist. I have a team. I have, a fan base. I am getting traction. I'm networking constantly, and I'm slowly getting into rooms that I've been grinding to get into. And I'm just so thankful that my work ethic and my faith alone has spoken for itself. You
I'm
know,
glad you said ethics as well, because talent can get you so far, but you've got also got to put the hard work in, right? And I think that's
absolutely.
about being original. So how far is your originality and your also your interpersonal skills? Because you've got to be good
Ooh,
with people, you've got to be able to connect, you've got to be able to tell a story, but also represent your culture. That's a lot.
absolutely. And for me, I mean, my culture is my community.
Yeah,
And, I grew up in Kansas City at a time where gentrification and redlining were at an all-time high
yeah,
as a kid. I was born in 96. So I'm what certain people would call a zillennial. Um,
baby.
Yeah.
That's me.
So for me, I grew up on the tail end of the millennial era and on the cusp of the Gen Z era. I
Yeah,
remember what it was like to drink out of the water faucet on the side of the house and
yeah,
use block phones. And I've seen the transition of technology since then and the way that cultures uh, work with one another. And so when the pandemic hit, it was another paradigm shift, not only in my community as a Black man in America, but also just as a human.
yeah.
And for me, I put all of that into my music. I'm a big storyteller, and I'm grateful for my acting roots to show me how to tell a story without losing the core essence of who I am.
Well,
Yeah, very original. I'm very original, very creative, and I just love pushing the limits of what I can do.
so tell us, what do your stories represent? What are they about, and what is your music about?
Oh, I love this. My music is about people who go through things, um, but also it's just about telling a story. Music is about telling a story, and that's how I was taught. Back in, the 1800s, when they didn't have amps and they didn't have high technology disc players,
Yeah.
all they had was word of mouth and the stories that they could tell through the
Think
music.
about marketing right now, regardless of
Yeah,
yeah,
and so for me, I was a poet long before I even
we
began to
call it.
sing.
Yeah, we
And
call
so,
it the day. That's what old school say it. He was a poet before
yeah.
he knew it.
And so for me, I wanted to tell stories
Yeah,
through my music, and that's what I do. I love to tell stories. I love to take something that is rooted in truth and in fact, and from my experience, and make it into a story that people can relate to. The pain, the struggle of trying to be somebody, to getting somewhere,
get you
the
there.
feeling of yeah, the feeling of knowing that you're good, but people constantly are counting you out. Or sometimes just, like seeing somebody that you really are attracted to from across the room, and you're like, hey, I see you, you see me, let's dance. Like
I love
that's what I
that.
love telling. It's storytelling, it's world building, and I feel like that is a lost art among a lot of artists today. And so for me, that's what I want to do. I feel that it really helps people know you as an artist, but also it helps you become more authentic, you know?
Absolutely. Yes, I totally agree with you. So tell us a little bit more. You're obviously in the States right now. What's it been like for you, and what challenges and barriers have you faced accessing music and entertainment?
So one of the biggest challenges that I have faced in my entertainment and music career, especially currently, I would say is that um, technology is a blessing and a curse.
Yeah. True.
Mostly because, you have all the information in the world at your fingertips.
Hmm.
And with that, there comes this oversaturation that comes with it. And if you're in a smaller market in the States, which Kansas City is a bit of a smaller market for music, but we have so much creative talent here.
People
It's
have a lot of
ridiculous.
soul and talent down there. Come on, don't say
Um,
for sure.
yeah,
Don't
I can't. I'm not even gonna front. We have so
right,
much creative talent
right.
here, but a lot of times the market is so oversaturated, and the opportunities for that talent to really
Yeah.
thrive and prosper are so scarce that people usually leave. And when they leave, they take the opportunities with them, they take the funding with them, and so for you to make a really big impact, you have to really have a team and you have to have a massive following before you can do a lot more. It's unfortunate, but I think it's something that I've been personally working against.
It's the absolute truth what you're saying. I totally agree with you. And you also mentioned about networking, being
Yeah,
authentic. Now, how important has networking been for you? Getting out there and meeting people and just telling people what you're about.
absolutely. Networking, honestly, is why I'm even here.
Yeah,
Networking has gotten me into so many places that I would have never gotten into if it wasn't for that. I can't even begin to front or pretend that
no,
networking doesn't play a big part in that. Um, Networking has allowed me to meet some amazing and talented artists and to see some amazing and talented artists that I've gone my whole life wanting to see. Artists like Kendrick Lamar and Tyler the Creator.
sure.
Art,
Yeah.
yeah, like I've met world-renowned artists. I've been in multiple master classes, and I'm networking with people who have a lot more opportunities on grander stages now because of how much I've networked. And that's something that I did intentionally.
Yes.
The past 16 months, I
Yeah.
told myself that I wanted to network to the point to where I become undeniable. And I just had a conversation with my booking agent about this yesterday, and apparently people are now talking about me in rooms that I've never been in.
There you go.
And
There
to
you go.
hear that, it's like, yes, job well done. Like for instance, this hoodie I'm wearing is from networking. I met Yellow Wolf's manager, and he just gave me this for free in Nashville. So shout out to the Yellow Wolf team, and
There.
like I've just been very, very fortunate. Networking is so important as a creative artist, and it really helps because, um, especially in smaller markets,
Yeah, of course.
because when you know one person, you know three, and
Yeah.
those three people know three
We'll
people.
tell another three people that you don't know, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's just a snowball effect that takes consistency and time. And once there's one person who sees what you're doing, they lean into that and they see how hard you work and your presence on stage, or how you are with people, or how you move laterally to network with people. That's what changes things.
Soft skills are super important, which you've already touched on. But you said you purposely network. Now, did you do that through purpose or was that a passion? Because a lot of people get that confused,
That is a very good point.
right?
I did it on purpose.
Okay.
Um, I have a very wise college advisor,
Okay.
and he is amazing. His name is Dr. David D. McIntyre,
Okay.
and he's traveled all across the world for
Yeah.
me for music with his band.
Yeah.
Something that he told us in undergrad is that you always want to network, because your network is your net worth. And
Yeah.
that statement is so true. And so I didn't understand it at first until I started performing at open mics in 2021 and 2022. And then I started getting more gigs and
Okay.
people coming into my inbox for more gigs.
Connection.
And then, yeah, I started getting motion. And then last year, I made it an intentional point to network more than what I had been doing the previous years. I would go to a friend's concert if they needed me at a music video, if they had a networking event where there was food or something, even
You're
if there
right.
was no music
That's like
involved.
me. I'm like, I'm down. How?
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
and that speaks a lot to, just me being there. A lot of artists wonder where to start. Honestly, just start by showing up anyways, you
Yeah,
know?
great.
And that's what I've done. And like that's so important, to be intentional about the way you network too.
Yeah.
Because, it's different if you're just networking the network, but to build those personal relationships
Don't
is
expect
how you move.
right? You do it from a natural place, not because you want something.
Mhm. Absolutely. I don't expect anything. I expect nothing and I give everything.
Exactly. That's great, great advice. And I'm hoping all the listeners will hear that and take that on board because I think that's extremely important. Now, also tell us, you've been in the music industry for a long time. Faith brought you into it. Making
Mhm.
money these days is not easy. Making a career out of it is not easy. How do you navigate that now?
Well, I'm still navigating challenges right
We
now.
all
I
do.
mean, I'm still navigating a lot of different challenges. There's a lot of personal things that I'm still trying to work through that I won't get into. But honestly, my faith is what keeps me driven. My faith and my belief that knowing that I'm going to succeed.
And grounded at
Um,
the same time.
Being grounded in realism and also your faith, a good, healthy balance of both. You
Mhm.
can't have one without the other. And both of them have really helped me at times where I've felt like utterly defeated.
Yeah, I do as
There's,
well, all the time.
yeah, there's never been a moment where I've thought I couldn't do this.
Mhm. It's your
I've
passion,
always been,
your love. It's what you're supposed
yeah,
to do. So you know it's supposed to
yeah,
do it, but you're learning at the same time, right?
You
So all
know, like,
ups and downs.
yeah, it has its ups and downs, and I went into this knowing everything. I knew that I wasn't going to be an overnight success, and I knew that it was going to be a lot of hard work on my end. But
Yeah,
as long as I believed that I could, and believed in my faith, and trusted in my village, and my work ethic, that the rest would take care of itself. And I'm starting to see the fruits of my labor slowly appear here and there, but
you know,
it's only
right.
month one.
That's beautiful. That's absolutely amazing. And I'm so pleased to hear that for you. You deserve
Thank
it
you.
now.
Thank you.
Also, coming into the industry, doing what you do, I haven't asked you what genre of music and what styles of music do you make?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I see myself as a chameleon.
Okay,
Um,
that's good.
I can do multiple styles and genres of music. I can do multiple different things, and it's mostly just because of the background that I have.
Yeah,
I can switch from pop to hip hop. I
oh,
can switch,
R&B.
I can be soulful. I can do R&B. The main three I stick into right now is pop, hip hop, and R&B.
Yeah,
But every now and then, I like to expand on what I can do. My first project or EP I ever released was an instrumental lo-fi chill step project.
okay.
And then, I'm working with one of my friends on kind of a indie pop metal song that I do the hook on. I've done Afro beats, and something I think would be really cool to do eventually is a jazz improvisation song, which I've done. I'm just very well rounded, and but right now I'm working on narrowing that down to pop, hip hop, and R&B, and blending those three together from the place where I'm from to show my region as a place where the best can succeed through what we're known for.
Fusion of arts is what we call it, right? A new
Mhm.
style, which is beautiful actually, and that's how new genres start, isn't it? By fusing what the old songs were and making them into something new, a new rhythm,
Absolutely.
found a new vibe. So how is it for you down there, getting out there, making your living, making a name? How do you find that?
It was tough. I think for me, it was just going out there and putting myself out there,
Yeah.
not taking no for an answer,
Hmm.
and also knowing exactly what I wanted to look for.
Yeah.
Um, I had it in my mind, a mental checklist of everything I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Once I released a couple of projects on my own, I wanted to do some performances in bigger places.
Hmm.
Then the following year, it was to create a team and perform at a festival,
Okay.
and that was last year. And I performed at two festivals, one
Yeah.
in Nashville, one in Kansas City.
Okay.
And I've also, built my team up, and I found certain pieces to fit the puzzle where my blind spots are. But it's taken a lot of time because, I've had to show up continuously and constantly. There's a lot of burnout that comes with it. There's a lot of periods where you have to rest,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of periods where you have to wait. But you have to be okay with that because sometimes the best things that happen are the things that happen in the in-betweens. Um, and the biggest thing for me to navigate was who are the right people I need to talk to?
Yeah.
Who are the people who are going to get me to where I need to be? And who are the people who are going to invest in me because they see my passion and see that this is something I want to do?
Yeah.
I finally found that it took me a little bit, but I knew it was going to happen anyways.
Yeah. You believed in it. You affirmed it before it happened, and you believed,
Absolutely.
which is absolutely crucial, I think. If you want to get somewhere, if you don't believe in yourself, there's no one going to believe in you, right?
Absolutely.
Um,
You can't believe in what you do if you don't have any faith in it.
Absolutely. So, how do you get through those dark days, and what gets you through that and keeps you going when you feel at those lowest points?
To be honest, it's a combination of things. Music has always helped me in my lowest of
My
lows.
medicine.
Um,
Yeah.
I've always leaned heavy on music to help me out of some of the darkest of spaces and to help me express what my words can't express when I have a lot to say.
Yeah.
Um, if I can't write in the moment, then I'll listen to music. Or I'll lean on my small community, my small village. If they're not available, then I can lean on therapy and lean on the things that I learned there.
Yes.
I'm not above seeking help and asking for help. I don't think anyone is. And so for me, it's about finding healthy coping mechanisms to make it through those times. I also love anime. And I love video games, and
Okay.
so something that I love doing is playing video games with my siblings.
Hmm.
So I do that quite often,
Just to,
and
just to escape the thoughts.
yeah, sometimes it's just nice to escape the thoughts. Sometimes I will go hang out with my partner. She is my rock. I
Yeah.
am I'm so grateful for her, and I feel that she is a safe space for me to confide in when I can't tell everybody else everything that I'm going through. My team. I hang out with them sometimes. Sometimes I'll socialize with my childhood friends or my close buddies.
Yeah.
So I have an intricate web of support and things I like to do when life is getting me down. As of lately, it's been a little difficult to get to those things because a lot of those things cost money.
Yeah.
But I've slowly been getting back into the swing of things, and I'm just eternally grateful for the people who have been with me throughout this journey.
That's beautiful. And how important has trust been to you? We talked about your network, people close to you, people that keep you going. But trust is also really crucial, isn't it? In a game of life.
Yes, yes, trust is everything to me. I come from a family where loyalty and trust means that you don't just say it, you show it.
Yeah.
And
Do it.
if you don't show it, then your words fall short.
Yeah.
They tend to fall short.
Yeah.
And so for me, I tend to give everyone my loose trust until they abuse it,
Yeah.
because then I know who to actually trust when things get going.
Yeah.
Um, I'm a very loving person, excuse me.
We
I'm a
can
very loving person.
we can see that. You're a good heart. You've got a good soul. We can see that.
Yes, and thank you. Sometimes, though, people tend to abuse those with kind
They
hearts.
do.
And so, what therapy has been teaching me is that sometimes you have to guard yourself a little bit
Yeah.
and you have to be careful with who you let in.
Oh,
And
very.
so, I'm very selective, I'm very observant with who I allow in. Um, for me, you have to not necessarily show me that you belong, that you deserve to be by my side, but you have to break bread with me
Yeah.
essentially,
Oh, that's
you
cool.
know?
Yeah.
And so like, I'm very like, okay, this is something that we should build on.
But
How
resonate.
can I help you? Yeah.
You have to
You know,
resonate with us on the same frequencies because it's about
yes.
vibes.
Yes. If I can't trust you with a simple thing as, not telling everybody my business, how am I going to trust you with the big business decision as getting my royalties done,
Yeah.
or something like that. So I've learned how to do all that on my own so that way I didn't have to worry about that. And so now it's about people showing me that they can earn my hard-earned trust.
That
Um, you
that
know,
resonates because I've done that as well. I've learned the hard way, and I think sometimes that's harsh, but you learn a lot more in the long run.
because not everybody's willing to wait around
Mhm.
for that. And the people who are the people that are worthy of your time.
Yeah.
Time, a lot of people, especially now, we live in a globe and in a world where money is such a big, it's placed on a big pedestal.
Yeah, of course.
But people don't realize that the thing that is above that is time.
Time is money, not the other way around.
Time,
Isn't time?
yes,
Time is money.
my time is money. My
Yes.
time is priceless.
Yes.
I'll never get it back. I'll
Yeah.
never be able to get those moments back.
Mhm.
So if I show up somewhere, if I drive 40 minutes to an event to see you, if I drive somewhere, if we make plans, it
It's
is intentional.
yeah.
And that is intentional to me because it is a part of me that I'm trusting you to care for.
And respect.
And, it's mutual respect
Mhm.
and, communication. So, if you can't respect that, I'm trusting you to respect me enough to let me
Reciprocate,
know
right?
or reciprocate that,
Yeah.
then, it's nothing personal. It's just business. But I can't, I'll not be as associated with you going forward. And it's nothing against the person or anything. It's just I have to protect
Values,
myself.
values and goals and mission, right? Really,
Yes,
you boil that.
absolutely.
Lovely.
That's what it boils down to.
Yeah. So, how can listeners find out more about you, your music, and what you do? How can they connect with you and find out more?
Absolutely. So I do a lot of things mainly on meta platforms. People can find me on Instagram at THE_KINGDARI.
Okay.
It's the underscore King Dari. I post a lot of stuff there, a lot of recent things. I post food review, everything from food reviews to things with the brand that I'm partnering with. But all of it is centered around music.
Yeah.
Um,
And your
you can find, yes,
and your
what
own
I
personality, right? So it's all built around
Yes,
who you are.
yes.
Cool.
I'm diving my feet a little bit into threads.
Yeah.
I'm also on Facebook as my actual name, but you can find me as King Dari on there. But if you look up my actual name, Adarius, you can find me there and follow me there. I have a TikTok, but it's not as active. But I post a lot of motivational content there every now and then.
That's cool.
And I have a YouTube page that I kind of use as my playground to post new ideas, some remixes, some other stuff. But I'm kind of under a rebranding right now, mostly just because I'm currently working on something,
Oh, oh,
which
oh, please.
yeah, you are the first person that I have spoke
Exclusive.
about it to
Oh,
publicly. Not everyone knows here in Kansas City. Only a select few people know,
yeah.
and most of them are on my team or in my immediate family. But I am working on something, and so I've been kind of doing a different approach to content. But every time I post, every time I do anything, I always have people tagged in it because it starts with us and
Yeah.
we are a team. So I'd love to have people follow me. I have multiple links there. If people feel so inclined to, if they want to feature me on one of their tracks or something or anything like that, or figure out my pricing, um,
Agents, please get in touch. And I'll put
yeah,
the description below as well, because we do get
absolutely.
listeners and it's catered to the music industry. So it's all about
Yeah,
empowering others, giving you a voice, but also sharing your story with our audience. So thank you so, so much. Before we go, we've got 5 minutes left. Do you want to share any major wins or successes with us before you go?
absolutely. Absolutely. As I've said, I actually have just gone full time as an artist after 5 years of making that a goal and 10
Work.
years of chasing it as a goal.
Yeah.
I now am a full time artist. I have a full team, and I am so grateful for all of my team to Gina, to Derek, to Nick, to all of them. I'm so grateful for them. Um, Another big win that I have had is that I have reached almost 5,000 followers on Instagram.
Congratulations.
Um, Thank you. I also have found people who have invested their time and energy and resources into me.
Hmm.
Um, there's some other things that I can't talk about due to NDAs, but let's just say that this year is going to be a big year. I always tell people that the one thing that is a guarantee about me as an artist is that you don't know anything at all
For surprises.
because
I love
yes, I'm full of surprises. So I always tell people that if you want to know what I'm doing, you'll probably figure out when the
Take your
rest of the
time.
world figures out.
You
Yeah,
get an invitation to hook them in. I
mhm.
love it.
I
Great work,
I
Tim.
love it. I love it. I love the mystique that
Yeah.
comes with that. Um, Another win of mine is that I've been to Nashville 4 times.
Well done.
And it's been 6 months. It's
Great
been in the span of 6 months. I have been able to
songwriting.
collab and
Great song
yeah,
down there.
yeah. I've been able to collab and help with some really great artists and really um, it's really helped my artistry as well. And the crazy thing is I'm just getting started.
Amazing.
Also, I've been in therapy for a year straight now.
Mhm.
I've been on and off for the last 8, 9 years, but this is the first year that I've gone a full cycle through, and honestly, I feel so the clarity I have is
Yeah,
so much better than what it was. I
isn't it?
feel lighter and I feel like I don't have to worry about the weight of the world on my shoulders, and that's so important as a creative.
Supposed.
Um, yeah, there's a lot more, but I can't give away all of it. But
We'll
I
have to,
have a lot of
yeah,
wins.
we'll have to get you back for part two on another series.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
So
always down.
that's super cool. Thank you so, so much. It's been great speaking to you. Thank you for taking your time, your energy, and your expertise. And good luck for everything that's coming up. Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much. It's been an honor and a pleasure. Thank you.
Likewise. Thank you. Ooh.